Okay, I'm going to make a video to show you how to use the quadratic formula with a few examples, and then also I'm going to end with a really important application problem. Alright, so here's the quadratic formula. I'll let you look at it, pause it, and write it down if you need to. I'm just going to keep applying it to the examples. Okay, first one. It's important to state what the A, B, and C are. So you can tell that the A is 1, the B is 7, and the C is positive 10. You want to make sure that the quadratic equation is set equal to 0 before you establish that. And then you're ready to just start plugging in your numbers. So the opposite of B, so negative 7, plus and minus, square root, 7 squared minus 4 times the A times the C. All of that is divided by 2 times the A. And then you just progress and do the math there. So negative 7 plus and minus, underneath the square root we have 49 minus, and this is 4 times 1 times 10, which is 40. All of that is divided by 2. X equals negative 7 plus and minus the square root of 9 divided by 2. Continue, we have negative 7 plus and minus. The square root of 9 is 3. All that's over 2 still. So here's where you can get your two answers out of this. We have negative 7 plus 3, which is negative 4 divided by 2, and that's negative 2. Then we have negative 7 minus 3, which is negative 10 divided by 2, which is negative 5. So two good answers there, negative 2 and negative 5, and you can write it if you like in set notation like that. Alright, next example. Now you can tell this one's not really set up yet, and I think I need to change the sign actually, so I'm going to make this a minus to start off with, so minus 1, and it's on the right hand side. So to bring it over, I have to go 2x squared minus 3x, and since it's now a minus, I need to add it over, so it's going to be plus 1 equals 0. So now I'm going to state what the A, B, and C are. So A equals 2, B equals negative 3, and C equals positive 1. So we start plugging it into the quadratic formula. So the opposite of B is a positive 3, plus and minus, square root, so that's negative 3 quantity squared, and that's minus 4a c. All that's over 2 times a, or 2 times 2. So we have x equals 3 plus and minus. Under the radical we have 9, and then we have a minus, and 4 times 2 times 1 is an 8, divided by 4. So we have x equals 3 plus and minus the square root of 1 divided by 4. Continue. We have 3 plus and minus 1 divided by 4. You can see our answers here are going to be 3 plus 1 over 4. So we have 3 plus 1 over 4, and we have 3 minus 1 over 4. 3 plus 1 over 4 is 4 over 4, or 1, and 3 minus 1 is 2, so 2 over 4, 2 over 4, or even better, 1/2. So it should be 1 and 1/2. Okay? Okay, let's see if I want to do this one. There's 1 out of 2 here that okay, I think I'm going to do this one. So first thing to do is to move everything to one side, so 2x squared plus 7x, and then move that 8 over, so it was a positive 8, so it needs to be subtracted over to the left, and then we're going to state what the a, b, and c are. So a equals 2, b equals positive 7, and c equals negative 8. So we have the opposite of b, so negative 7 plus and minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4a and c, which is negative 8. All of that is being divided by 2 times 2. So we have x equals negative 7 plus and minus 49, and then negative and a negative is a positive, and we have 4 times 2 times 8, so that would be, should be 64, and all of that is being divided by 4. So we have x equals negative 7 plus and minus the square root. 49 plus 64 is 115. Let me make sure that's right. Let's see, that's not right. That is 113, JK. Right? Let's see, yeah, 113 over 4. And actually there isn't a whole lot more that we could do, so we just can say those are our two answers. So negative 7 plus radical 13 over 4, and negative 7 minus radical 13 over 4. So we call those irrational solutions. And I think this one would be just the same as the others. The only other thing that can happen is that when you're doing this, you might have if you're doing the quadratic formula and you get a negative, back up for a second, if you get a negative number under the radical for some reason, so if it's like negative 12 or something like that, if that ever happens, then we're just going to say that it has non-real solutions or imaginary solutions, so non-real solutions. And then in Algebra 3-4 you'll learn about how to deal with that, and there'll be imaginary units that were created, but for right now just say non-real solutions if you ever get that under the radical. Okay, let's look at the task. This is a very good task. So we have a particular function, and this is the function that we're going to utilize for all of these questions. It's h of t equals negative 5t squared plus 10t plus 3, and that gives the height of a diver diving off a diving board at any time t. So you can just